Hey guys, it's Erin or Gimme Yarn 418, and this is Thank God It's Finished or TGIF. I had intended to record on Friday, but you know what they say about good intentions. Um, we had another house drama. Another house wasn't an emergency, but it was an urgency that we needed to tend to that came on very suddenly on Friday, and by the time we stopped to rest because it continued into yesterday, there was no energy, time, or motivation to make a video. So, today is Sunday, June something. Let me see if I can see on my computer what day it is. June 24th, 2018. And I'm in the studio. This will likely be the last time this summer I am able to record in the studio because we have been blessed with a couple cool days. Thank goodness, with everything that's been going on. Um, Other than the house drama, I don't know if I talked about it last time, but we had an issue with our bathroom. Um, I don't. We were without a toilet for 24 hours, and our floor, the the subfloor is rotting. Well, was rotting, and needs to be replaced, um, and a new floor put down. And we have reinforced the subfloor underneath as we start the work. And then this other issue popped up on Friday, which was also in the bathroom, which halted everything that we were doing. Suddenly, our bathtub just filled up with black water. So, like I said, everything had to stop on Friday. Like, everything had to stop, like, all halts, so we could figure out what was going on. It was a very time consuming fix, but we got it. We got it fixed without having to call a professional in, which is always the way we like to do it. Um, we had thought about hiring a professional to do our subfloor and flooring in the bathroom, but when we did the cost comparison and I talked to someone who is a contractor, I was reassured that we can do it ourselves. Um, but like I said, everything had to stop. Everything. Thank God Kristen was off work on Friday by some minor miracle, because I don't know what we would have done. I mean, she would have had to leave work potentially, or not necessarily, but it was a lot less stressful. The good thing about all this house drama with with in our house and relationship and family is that Kristen and I handle this really well together. We kind of balance each other out. We take turns like saying, I can't take another thing. Um, and we kind of just keep a cool head about everything that's going on as best we can. If one needs to step away, we just step away and we just tackle it one step at a time. After, even when that first step is, what the bleep do we do? Um, so I'm very grateful for that in our family and our relationship and our home. We live in a very old house. It is 70, it was built in 1940, so it's 78 years old. 68? No, 60, 70, 78 years old. So I told Kristen, I think the house just wants to start to retire. And it wants to retire all at one time. But we're handling it. These are first world problems. There is a lot worse that could be going on, and I am thankful for that. Knock on wood that it stays that way. Um, and we'll just tackle the things as they come to us in our own time frame, and tears will be shed, but life will go on. What else is going on? Not too much else. I don't know. I don't know if I talked about Jasper last time. Jasper got really sick. He is very slowly getting better. which is good because we were really scared for a while that we were going to lose him so shortly after losing Rudy. But he seems to be improving again, knock on wood. So, yeah. Sadie had her dance recital. I haven't seen it yet, but the unicorn was delivered and she was really excited about it, which is always good. I also sent her some a Hello Kitty mug and some Hello Kitty stuff that we collected during our penny hunting days when Michael's used to have things that went down to a penny. And she was like, she loved the unicorn, but she was like infatuated with the cup, which was kind of adorable. She's growing up so fast. So, yeah, you didn't come here to hear me, well, maybe you did, but you came here to talk about knitting and yarn and crafting and everything else. So why don't we get into that instead of me just blathering on? I did put out a very short tutorial earlier this week on um, taking out the starting rows in crochet and not losing your entire project, which was a complete experiment that worked out perfectly, which was so awesome. So awesome. And I popped it up impromptu. I recorded it just on the fly and it worked and I was really happy with it, and I actually finished that project, which you'll see in a few minutes. I still am planning on recording the, I don't have it over here, the mandala wave blanket. I called it unicorn waves, I think. I'm in the process of working on that. I just have to get the lighting. I don't have professional lighting. I just use lighting in my house and natural lighting. So I have to work around the weather and the time and the lighting. So bear with me, that will be coming. It is definitely a learning process for me. I am not a tutorial maker. I will never be a tutorial maker, but that blanket's really pretty and got really great response on Instagram. People loved it, so I want to share that with you guys. And I love that blanket too. It's going to be going to someone soon, and I'm a little sad to let it go, but that's okay. So what have I been working on? A lot of little things, some big things, but a lot of little things, things that I can put down easily with all the stuff going on in the house. So, the first thing I have is Susan B. Anderson's new pattern. I got it the day it came out and knit it the day it came out. I had to, couldn't stop. There have since been some corrections made to it. I didn't even notice the mistakes in the patterns, to be honest with you, but I made the striped dino. I think she called it Little Dino, and with Terry Tinsel's help, we named him Dino, Dino the Dino. I think he's really adorable. He has been sitting on my mantle since I finished him, but he'll probably, where is Terrence? Oh, Terrence is over here, the tap dancing T-Rex. He'll probably go up with Terrence until what time that I decide who he will live with forever. So really cute. And Molly really loved him. I actually knit him on Worldwide Knit in Public Day. I don't think I've told you about the bathroom because the bathroom was going on during Worldwide Knit in Public Day. So, very cute. Great pattern. Seamless. Seamless. You know me. I love seamless. And right after that, I pulled out another Susan B. Anderson pattern. It's called the Little Dragon. Um, Another great pattern. I wasn't sure as I knit it. I just, I was like, you have to trust Susan B. You have to trust Susan B. She knows what she's doing, and she always does. I wasn't sure until the very end that it was going to work because he seemed really, really wide at the bottom, really skinny at the top. But here he is. He is just precious. He's precious. Um, this is some leftover Malabrigo from a project. I don't even know what color it is. I want to potentially add some stiffy to his wings so they stand up a little bit, but I adore him. I love his cute little head that kind of cocks to the side. I think he's adorable, and his little gathered hands. She has you stitch his hands together, and there are the spikes down the back, which are knit at the same time you are knitting the pattern. You knit the body to the head, and then you pick up to knit the tail. This was the tail, picking up for the tail was the most challenging part of this project, I thought. The wings were easy, the ears were easy, the eyebrows, look at those eyebrows. They're so cute. Easy, easy. So this is another great pattern. I just had to trust her. I should know better. The little dragon. He's so cute. I'm keeping him. He's all mine. The dino will go live with someone someday. The dragon is mine. Next I need a couple hats. I didn't bring the yarn up, but this is New Zealand. The yarn is on my project page. I knit something for Seth out of this, a little owl onesie out of it, and I had some left. I still have a couple skeins left over. I'm trying to use it up because it's such a classic yarn. It's a merino cashmere blend, and it's beautiful. So the first hat I knit was the Let's Jump hat, which is a pay for a pattern on Ravelry. As always, all the links are on my Ravelry project page, and I think I'm going to keep this one for myself because I love it. I love that the ribbing is incorporated into, where is it? This. I actually probably would wear it more, I don't know, somehow, but I love it. It was a great pattern, well written, and well worth the cost of the pattern. And out of another skein of that same yarn, I knit a free pattern that's called Cables and Ladders. Now, this hat, I don't know if the designer has fixed it. I did message her. Had an error in the written pattern, but it was charted properly, and thankfully I caught it early. I was knitting along with Maureen, Simply More Crafts, and unfortunately I pointed it out to her after she had already gotten past the mistake in the written pattern, so she had to think back, but I'm pretty sure she finished hers as well. And this one is that. So there are the cables, and then in the middle are the ladders. In the written pattern, it has some of the ladders going up the cable. But in the charted pattern, I'm not giving anything away because this is a free pattern. In the chart, it had it charted properly, and I just didn't think, I knew something was wrong. So I checked the chart. And like I said, I did email the designer, and she said she was going to look into it, and hopefully she will fix that for you. But even if she doesn't, just go by the chart. Read the chart, not the written. The next thing I finished was a pair of socks for myself. This is in some recently acquired yarn. I recently came into, let's put it that way, a lot of yarn, and a lot meaning a group of yarn, a lot meaning a lot too, from someone who was destashing, and this is Easy Knits UK. This is one of Zoe 24 Karat Crochet's favorite yarns. You'll hear her talk about him a lot. And this is on the Gobstoppers base, and the color is Venom. These socks are to die for. To die for. You ready for it? They're not pink and they're not blue. Well, they're kind of blue. They're teal. Bam! This is just a plain vanilla sock with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, 1x1 ribbing at the top. And I love them. I can't wait for it to be cool enough to wear them. I love the colors. Love them. I don't have any socks like these. They're awesome. The yarn was really nice to work with. I have two more skeins in my stash that I don't see lasting too long. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Next is the blanket that I was talking about that I showed in the tutorial, and I'm going to show you as much of it as I can. I gathered up all the neon Red Heart Super Saver I had because I had a couple skeins of Red Heart Super Saver in Blacklight, and my intention was to use it all up. I don't know. I think they're having little skein babies overnight because the ball is getting bigger and bigger. At least it seems that way. So this is the Easy V-Stitch Ripple. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's linked on my Ravelry page, of course. And, okay, this is the side I repaired. I changed the color on, which you can't see. You still can't see. There it is. And I did 3 rows of blacklight and then 5 rows of neon. I used a bunch of colors. I can't remember what this green was called. The orange was called Flame. The pink is Shocking Pink. The teal, which is more teal, is Turquoise. What was the green? I can't remember. It's linked. But it's finished. It's not too big. It's not too small. It would be perfect for a twin-size bed. And I have an intended recipient for this the next time I am in the area. So there's that. I did 2 stripes of each color. And I'm glad that one's done. And last but certainly not least, I knit another pair of socks. Again, a newly acquired yarn. And I'm looking for the tag. Hang on. Can't seem to find it. I always put it in my sock blocker. Oh, there it is. This is Spinning Fates. You've seen me knit with her yarn before. It is exactly as I expected. It was lovely to work with. And the color on this, I think this is Tula. Yep, it's the Tula base, and the colorway is Dory. And these are for Kristen, and I used almost all of the yarn on these, and these socks flew, and I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes. Ready? Dory! 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 Yep. They're a little bit taller than I typically do. Kristen likes taller socks than I do, probably because her feet are bigger than mine. Kristen wears a 10, I wear a 5. But yeah, turned out great. Matchy matchy. Although I'm not as married to matchy matchy anymore. A self-striping, like a very defined self-striping, I do try to match. So she loves them. She's really excited about them. When the new yarn arrived, I let her pick out some, and that's what she went to immediately. And I will also be making a pair of tube socks for a little friend. So that's Dory. That's all my FOs. That's all my FOs. What am I working on? I'm working on 2 different things. My nose is extremely itchy. I'm sorry. The first thing I'm working on is, can't show that picture. The first thing I am working on is Brickless by Martina Bem, which calls for a worsted weight, but I wanted to knit it in fingering. I have all this beautiful Miss Babs that Kristen got me for Christmas. This one is Miss Babs Tart, and the colorway is Shaken, Not Stirred. The one thing I have to say about this skein of yarn was it took me about 8 hours to cake up because it was a knotted mess on my Swift. Probably my fault. Probably my fault. However, not the first time it's happened with one of these massive skeins of yarn. This skein has 500 yards, which is about 75 to 100 yards more than your average skein of sock yarn, maybe a little less, but so it's a big one. But I did get it caked up. All's well with the world, and there it is. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. Now, I am not 100% sold on this pattern yet, but I think it's one that needs to be blocked because I've seen other people knit it in fingering weight and it looks lovely. There are 3 sections on this. There is a mesh section, a garter section, and a ribbed section, and I thought I saw a mistake. And there are teeth along the edge, and the teeth are all different. They're all different lengths and depths, which I'm not sure about, but like I said, it's too soon to tell. I'm only about a third of the way done. The colors are gorgeous. It's fun and easy to knit, so that's a plus. And if I don't like it in the end, I can always rip it back. But I've seen finished ones, as I said, and I love them. So I think this, I, I, I believe this is going to be a very wearable shawl and one that will get a lot of use. So there's that. And the other thing I'm working on, you may notice the blanket is gone. I made a huge boo-boo in the blanket and I just could not recover from it, so I had to rip it out. It happens to me all the time. I am looking at my wall of yarn and there are so many holes. It makes me happy. I'm a little overwhelmed with how much yarn I have right now. I have been for a while and I've been focusing heavily on knitting from my stash, and I'm doing a very, very good job. There's still a lot. There's still a lot of yarn. So, yeah. Anyway, the other thing I've been working on, last night I cast on a sweater out of some leftover yarn. I had 3 skeins of Cascade 220 in the jet colorway, which is a gray, and I had 3 skeins in this tealy color, which I knit another sweater out of last year for Camp Loopy. And I immediately thought of this sweater when I saw that I had that much yarn. So I am knitting tea with jam and bread. It's a pay for pattern on Ravelry. It is linked on my Ravelry page already. I don't know if I'm going to do the pockets because I am a little bit short of my main color. And I also am undecided if I'm going to have 2 contrast colors or just one. It's really going to be yarn dependent because I'm not buying anything right now. So I am still in the increases. I did the short rows and everything, but I have added my second color. It's not going to be much to look at right now, but this is how much I knit. I think the neck may be a little wide for a little on the wider side. Not too wide for me, but if I were to knit this for, say, like Kristen, I would definitely need to narrow the neckline because she does not. She does not like wide necklines. She thought she could handle a wide neckline, and I knit her branches and buds, and she loves it, but she won't wear it because the neckline is too wide. So, that's how much progress I have. I'm hoping that today I can get to the split for the sleeves because we have had a relatively quiet Sunday. I don't know if that's going to happen. I do have to start dinner shortly. We're having pizza and I have to make the dough. So that is all I am currently working on. Let's put some stuff away so I don't lose it. Like my pattern and my ball bands. Up next I have a couple things. I need to pull back out my Scrappy Happy Sock blanket because I have so many minis. I need to do some work on this, and I'm way behind on my goal, which it's just a goal. If I don't make it, I don't make it. This isn't even a quarter of the way done. I call it my retirement project because it is going to take me until retirement age to get to a point that it's done. Probably to get to a point that I add the edging. The other thing I would like to I don't know if it's called casting on in crochet, but I have this, I have all the yarn pulled for this. This was gifted to me last year, and I want to cast it on. I want to make one for myself, and I want to make one for Sadie. I just love it. It's called Annie the Angel, and I think it's adorable. I think it's absolutely adorable. And I think I pulled some Red Heart Super Saver for the white. I pulled some I love this yarn for the yellow, and I love this yarn for the flesh color because I love to use linen. I love this yarn for Caucasian flesh. It's my favorite. That sounds weird. And the other thing I want to do is knit socks. Um, I counted up how many skeins of sock yarn I have, and by sock yarn I mean yarn that was purchased or uh, delegated especially for socks. That does not include the rest of the fingering weight yarn. So I counted it, and it was in the first of the triple digits. It has since gone down by 2, so it's back in double digits, but I want to knit socks. I love knitting socks. And I'm stoked to knit socks, and I'm going to show you why. I recently purchased these. Now, I have signature needles in the regular sizes, but I didn't have the sock needles. The sock needles, I believe, are relatively new for the circulars, and I knit my socks magic loop one at a time. Well, I got the size 1 32-inch stiletto needles. First of all, I need to show you this warning, which is on all the signature needles, but on this pair, it's so true. You would not get on a plane with these needles, I mean. Yeah. These could definitely puncture the skin. But these are a dream to knit with. The cable has very little memory, which is nice. This is a little curled right now because I put them away after knitting my last one. The join is so smooth. So smooth. And the tips, look at those points. My word. Maybe you can see it better on here. Look at how pointy those are. They are sharp. Sharp. And I like a sharp sock knitting needle. I love these so much that I knit the first dory sock in less than a day because they just flew. Flew! So I need to knit all the needles. Now, signature needles are astronomically expensive. They do have a sale going on right now, I think until the beginning of next week, where you can get 10% off their needles. If you're interested in them, now is the time to buy them. I have never seen them on sale before. That doesn't mean they weren't on sale before. And I have never seen a coupon code for them. They are very expensive. But, if you can get your hands on these and you like sharp needles, these are amazing. Now, you don't have to get the stilettos, so if you don't like them quite as sharp, you can get them that way too. My sweater is actually on signatures also with the stilettos, but these aren't like weapons. These are weapons. These are weaponized knitting needles. So, I got these. I got these because, this year I made a challenge to myself that if I didn't knit any yarn, if I didn't buy any yarn, I could finish out my set. These were purchased with a gift card I was given for my birthday, and I don't know if I'll knit socks on anything else now. They are that good. That good. So, that's just my opinion. Got a couple other things in the mail that I would like to share with you. I mentioned that I got some yarn from someone who was destashing, and you'll just see that trickled in. But I also got 2 packages. The first package I got was from Catherine. She picked up some yarn for me at Stitches West a couple months back, and she sent it to me. It is Plucky Knitter, and it's in the DK base. And I think these were one-hit wonders. They were special, but it is Primo Sport. There's 275 yards, and it's superwash merino, cashmere, and nylon. It's a 75-25 composition. I love these colors. I especially love this one. Kristen's going to try and steal it. I just know she is. Well, not steal it. She's going to try and say, that's for me, right? You're going to make something for me with that, right? I think I'm going to use them together, actually. Gorgeous. Look at all those color changes. Oh, beautiful. Shading? I don't know. So thank you, Catherine. She sent a couple other little goodies, some tea and some coffee too, which we've already dug into. Oh, and she sent a coffee mug of Dewey, which you'll see in future videos. It's awesome. And then Cora sent me a package, and I didn't ask her if I could share this, so I'm not going to give her Ravelry name. She sent a couple of these cute little mini kits for cross stitch. She sent a card, a really, really sweet card. And she sent this Riolis kit. It's a beaded embroidery kit of a ladybug. I love beading. Love, love, love beading. And this cracks me up, and I want to start this, but I have so many things started, it's going to have to wait a little bit. This is an Artiste mini kit. I believe she got these on clearance at Hobby Lobby. We don't have a Hobby Lobby yet. But this says, honey, you are so delicious. Oh, it's awesome. So adorable. So we don't have a Hobby Lobby yet, but they are building one. And our Hobby Lobby is scheduled to open on September 3rd. So I'm watching all these people and showing all their clearance finds at Hobby Lobby, and I'm getting so jealous. I told Kristen about it, and she says, well, do you want to go? And I said, no, I don't want to go because I have so much yarn. But I'm thinking that if my Hobby Lobby opens on September 3rd, that I can go through enough yarn between now and next June that I can partake next year. They also put they clearance out their cross stitch kits really low, which makes me uber jealous. Someone showed this cross stitch kit. It's called the Colorful Cow, and I went and looked at it online, and it's still full. She paid like $4 for it. It's still $30 or $40 regular price on the Hobby Lobby website. So I'm not getting any Colorful Cow, but love this. Thank you so much, Cora. I kind of just went on a tangent in the middle of thanking you, but love these. Hopefully they'll be stitched up in the relatively near future, even though I do consider myself a delusional cross stitcher, because I get into these like moments where I'm like cross stitch, cross stitch, cross stitch, cross stitch, and then it fizzles out for a little bit. Well, it doesn't fizzle out, but it's not as intense. So I think that's all I have for now. I'm gonna get going. I told Kristen this was gonna be quick, and I've been talking to you for 33 minutes. She has somewhere she needs to go, and I need to make dough. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your bathrooms are all in one piece. I hope your house is giving you no drama, or your apartment, or your weather, or your car, or I just hope life is calm and kind to you. And that's all I have for today. And until next time, I will talk to you later. All right, bye bye.